Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, it's a little bit of a different setup. Usually I have my tripod set up over here with this camera on there and the other mic connected to it. And usually I'll have this, on the other side, like it's on this side, not here. But I decided I wanted to try a little something different and see if it might work out. Now, what's interesting about this video is recently there has been, I guess you could say, news that broke about the first draft, the original first draft of the Transformers movie. And some people, I don't know if this was recent drawings or these were drawings that they came up with back then when they were developing the film. But yeah, it definitely shows you that they came a long ways when it came to the '86 film. Now, with that in mind, Hasbro and what's the name? Takara Tomy decided last year, since last year marked the 35th anniversary of the movie, and thus it was released in theaters, re-released in theaters, courtesy of Phantom Events, and then of course the re-release on Blu-ray and the first time ever released on 4K, which I do have both digitally and physically. The Steelbook edition, have 2 copies actually. And I even sent an additional copy to Zara Nizarak, who was like, hey, it's like, he was basically not just telling me, but he was telling a lot of people, hey, you don't have to worry about getting me any Transformer stuff because I'm going to get it myself. Anyway, though, it got me, I got to thinking about eventually, kind of showing off what I have so far and what is known as the Studio Series 86 line, which is basically a connection to the film. Now, I do have 2 recent additions. Now, before I show you those recent additions, I did get a new figure. If I can get it here in a second, hold on. I got a new figure. It's not basically, the Studio Series 86 line, but it's part of the Legacy line. And it is Alita 1. Now, I do have, I think, 1 or 2 other versions of Alita 1. They're somewhere. I think packed away in the, not packed away, but they're probably underneath my, my bed. Sorry there, trying to think of what I was going to say. But this one is actually based more off the G1 style of Alita. You can kind of see that. The others kind of take inspiration, but this to me looks like the more exact replica of what you see in Generation 1. In the episode The Search for Alpha Trion, which is one of the only episodes, not saying the only one, but one of the only ones written by a female writer, and I thought she did a good job in bringing those female Autobots and Alita to life. And Alita has had a huge impact since that time. In fact, the Alita figure I got, the more recent one, is based off her War for Cybertron trilogy series a version that we saw on Netflix. But with that said, I do have some new figures as well to go along with the 86 line. And of course, the first figure is the more recent one I got for my job. It is Willie. Yeah, that's right. It's Willie. If I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but Willie, it's him. And yes, he did come with Grimlock, but the Grimlock one doesn't transform. This one does, and these go for like $8.96 depending on where you get them. So I got Willie right there. Got Willie. Let's see if you can see that well. There we go. Just making sure you guys can see that. And then before that, when I got Alita, I ended up getting Ratchet. That's right. I ended up getting Ratchet, also part of the Studio 86 line. Of course, he unfortunately dies in the film. What I'm noticing here is they want to try to bring out all of the notable figures that they probably believe will sell, and I'm kind of cool with that. I'm kind of cool with them attempting to go in that direction, attempt to at least bring figure-wise all of the figures to life, even in small doses, if you will. Then, of course, one of the other figures I got way before that at my job, I think it was at my job or through Amazon, I'm not really sure, it might have been one of the both, but basically, way before that, I ended up getting Hot Rod. This is Hot Rod. I think this was through Amazon because it's kind of loose in the package. And some people said that when they got it, that was kind of how it was. It was kind of loose in the package, if you will. So, yeah, I ended up getting him, which is kind of cool. Take these guys down for a moment. And the one thing about these is they have hooks on them so you can display them however you want to display them. So we'll put Hot Rod right there. And then of course, it took me a while, but I did end up getting Jazz. I ended up getting Jazz here. He's part of the film. What I'm noticing too is the figures that are smaller in stature obviously represent, you know, like the screen time that the characters had in the movie. So Willie and Ratchet, you know, represented by smaller figures, represent, you know, how much screen time, if any, they had in the movie itself. Now, of course, I ended up getting Cup as well. I ended up getting Cup. So we have Cup there, which is pretty cool. Then, of course, I got Scourge as well. So that's really nice. And we're going to take these guys down, because if there's a difference with movies and all that, the difference is, yeah, you need to move a lot of stuff around when you're talking about them. So we'll move this stuff down. They're going to go back under my bed. There's no doubt. You know, some of them at least are going to go back under my bed. And so take these guys, put them over there. And then of course I ended up getting Blur. This was one of the first figures I got at my job. Blur, if you will. So I ended up getting Blur. Then I got Gnaw, basically one of the representing the Shocktacons in the movie. And then of course I got Wreck-Gar. And all these were from my job. So I got these from my job. Along with, did I move anything there? Yeah, along with Scourge, or well, actually the other one that I showed you was a sweep. This is Scourge. It's basically a redo. Basically the sweep that I just showed you, it's just Scourge. They just decided to put it under another name. So yeah, I got Scourge there. And then, like I said, the other one that I showed you before is just a sweep. Let me correct myself on that. This is Scourge. The other one I showed you was a sweep. So I got those. And as you've noticed, I haven't opened them yet because I don't have, you know, much space anywhere to display them if I wanted to. The goal I have in mind, the long-term goal, is to at least get one of those glass cases, you know, that you could display, and then try to figure out a place around here to put them in down the line. And then of course I ended up getting this big guy in the mail. This is Grimlock, and as you can see, like I said, it's got Willie in there already, Grimlock and Autobot Willie, but the difference is he doesn't transform. That's the only thing. He does not transform, which is why they came out with one that does. So that was kind of cool, and I think people wanted one that transformed and everything. But I think the reason Hasbro didn't do that is because it brings the cost down and all that. So I got Grimlock and Willie as well. Put that up there. And then last but not least, this was kind of like a crown jewel for me and for anybody so far, because I don't know how much longer they're going to be doing the Studio Series 86 line. But this was obviously a must-have, and my job had this so many times, and anytime I would get ready to get it, it would be gone. So thankfully, when I did see it, I did get it, and it is, of course, Coronation Starscream. That's right, I got Coronation Starscream as part of my collection. And again, it's kind of like a crown jewel for a lot of people when it comes to this series of collectibles. You know, it's kind of a crown jewel. I know some people say it's a remold of another version of Starscream or something like that, but trying to deck out to be more like for the movie. But I thought it was pretty cool to get. But yeah, you know, but yeah, that pretty much, believe it or not, wraps up my my video. Yeah, pretty much that wraps up my video. I just wanted to do this little thing here where I showed you what I had and everything. Kind of get your opinions on it, because I know there's a lot of Transformer fans out there that, like me, you know, are always fascinated by the fact of, ooh, what does this person have? What did that person get? So, again, I just wanted to do this little video, let you guys see what I have. And if you have any thoughts, guys, let me know down below. Comment during the live chat during the premiere. Like the video. Again, I just wanted to do this little thing, you know, for entertainment purposes, as well as little content purposes, of course. But let me know what your thoughts are, and let me know if any of you have these figures yourself. And you know, which one do you think will be next? Which figure do you think should be the next one on the Studio 86 series line? Which one do you think Hasbro and Tommy, basically, what was the name again? Takara Tommy. Which one do you think they should tackle next in the lineup if they continue this series? Let me know down below in the comments. Live chat during the premiere. Like the video. Super chats and super stickers are welcome during the video. And super thanks, of course, afterwards would be greatly appreciated. You can find me at Venmo at Brian-Romer-2 and at Cash App at BWRoses98 to help me out immediately there financially if you can do it. You know, the smallest amount will really help out no matter how you do it. Also check me out at Patreon.com with a $1, $3 tier. Also check me out at BW Roses Discussions, all your favorite audio podcast locations except for Pandora. Also check me out at VENMO at BW Roses for content you can only get there but nowhere else. And also check me out at DeviantArt.com/BVW1979. And until next time, guys, let me know what your thoughts are down below and in the live chat during the premiere. Which figures do you have? Which ones do you think they'll come out next? Or come out with next? And until then, talk to y'all later.